Here we are then. Welcome along. This is Live Lunch on the 5th of August 2020. How time flies. We're already into August. Kids go back to school next month, probably, maybe. Okay, so as you can tell, I'm here all on my own, but we are expecting Dan and TJ, the parts manager and the sales manager respectively, and we're going to be looking at all sorts of things today. Dan will be talking to us about the TFT screen. We'll also, I'm looking down at my notes, we'll also be looking at a new deal on the, I'm going to say the whole thing, S1000 RR. I know that people are taking the mickey out of me, but you know, that's my OCD. But there is a new deal on the RR, so if you're interested in getting one of those, now's a good time. And we'll also have an update on the R18. Now then, talking of Dan, here he is. Hello, Dan.
Hello. You waited there for an introduction, didn't you? You waited there for an introduction.
Okay, I wait for a moment. Thank you very much. Welcome along, Dan. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. Yourself?
Good, yes, I'm very well. Have a good weekend?
Yeah, it was very nice, actually.
Yeah, you went away to Twin Lakes, did you not?
I did. I also went away on a bike on Saturday night.
You did?
Yeah.
Where did you go?
We went up to Foxton Locks.
Okay.
Which anyone on Talking Heads would have seen. There was a couple of photos of that.
Yeah, you and your missus?
Yep.
So Foxton Locks from here is about how far?
40 miles, maybe.
Okay, so not far, but nice ride out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Was there any places open there to eat and stuff like that?
Yeah. So there's at least 2 pubs there, both of which were open.
Nice.
We ate at the Foxton Locks Inn, which was very nice. They're serving sort of takeaway food. We had hot dogs, but burgers and that sort of stuff as well. Very nice.
Lovely. Okay, good. And you got a babysitter for the night?
We did, yes. We were
Lucky
very,
then.
very lucky. Yeah.
Yeah, you got some great babysitters, I'm sure. Good. All right. So we're waiting for TJ still, so that's not a problem. Maybe we will kick off with the TFT to start with in just a minute or two. If you've got any questions, then please ask away. On Facebook Live, the comments will come up as we're going through. If you're watching this on YouTube or later on Facebook, then by all means still drop in a question if you think of one, because we'll answer you afterwards as well. But it's always handy to have the comments while we're going along, because then we know what kind of thing you want to know. Okay, so a bit noisy in the showroom today. We're very busy this week, aren't we?
We are quite busy.
It's been really good.
Yeah, absolutely.
I said to David earlier on, I said, yeah, having a good day when I'm all busy. That's a really bad impression of David.
That was a bad impression. But yes, we have been very busy. It's been pretty much non-stop this week, so it's all good. So I was scrubbing.
Okay. I thought you wanted another intro from the other side.
No.
Okay, good. All right, so talking of which, mugs are still available, £10 each.
Yeah, they've been selling well. They used to have...
They have. We're doing good. Your name, the choice of bike, within reason, a little caveat on that. It depends what I can get hold of to put on there, to be honest with you. But make a request, and if I can't get the colour you want, I'll let you know.
Colours are important. People are forgetting to let me know what colour they want their bike to be.
That's because that's my fault. I'm going to hold my hands up to that. So I sent out a newsletter. Sign up to the newsletter. Nothing that you won't already know from Live Lunch, but if you do miss something, then there's always something there. And there's a direct link on the newsletter to order a mug, and I put make and model, but I forgot to put colour. Rubbish.
Been taking up my time, you know.
I know, right?
You get a bill for that.
My email is there if you have any queries about the mugs, but it is done that you should be ordering through because they're part of our stock. All right, good. Are you ready to do TFT?
Yeah, we'll do TFT.
Now,
yeah, absolutely.
I'm going to use the second camera, which if you've seen this before, you'll know always messes up the second I need it. So I'm going to go over to the second camera. Oh, look, it's working.
Yeah.
That's out the window here. No foxes today, unfortunately. All right, let's head over to there. I'm going to come back to the main camera first of all and just pop this over here. I've already tried this out already, just to lean it onto there. I know, right?
Scratchy.
I don't say that because it does fit. Look at that.
Okay. Amazing.
All right, so we've got the camera set up there. Let's take a look. So the TFT screen, Dan.
Okay. So the model of this bike is the S1000 XR.
Okay.
I'm already connected with phone and helmet, so I took this bike to Hunstanton last week. So it's all connected still from there. I'm going to show you a little bit about connectivity and what the TFT screen can do.
Okay.
It's been out a while now. I think a lot of our customers will know about it.
Can I stop you just for a second there,
Yep.
Dan? Because yes, the camera's there,
Yep.
but the microphone's here.
Ah.
I have moved around a little bit, but
Okay. Yep, that's worth knowing. So
it is.
So yeah, so that was nice for the microphone to pick up. Sorry, that was very good. Okay.
Because I had a peanutty thing for a quick snack. And I've still got nuts in my mouth.
Oh, there we are.
Right, so
Lowered the tone already. Right, so TFT. If you've got any questions about the TFT, put them in the comments. I will try and answer them. I'm not the genius everyone tries to make me out to be, but we'll give it a go. I don't really know where to start. If you've not used or seen the TFT before, we'll start with the fact that it's great for connectivity. So anyone that wants to connect to their phone and stay connected while they're riding, this is really good. So there's functionality already with the BMW Navigator, which some people would have used, where you can see who's calling you, you can accept and decline calls, things like that. But you can do that through the TFT as well. So if you connect your phone, you can play music through the TFT, and you can see some album art, which I'll show you in a moment. You can also accept and decline calls, and it'll come up to who's calling. We'll run through some of that.
okay, we'll do it slowly though, shall we, Dan?
Yeah, absolutely. We'll do
That was his quick market trader. Not just one, not just two. All right, talk to me.
Okay, so if we go down from here, it takes us into the menu of the TFT screen. So what we were just seeing there is kind of the home screen, if you like. That's your main riding screen. It shows all your normal stuff that you'd expect to see, things like your speed, your revs, your gear, ambient air temperature, all that sort of stuff. The white box with the 3 dots, that is because I've connected to my phone, so it's picking up information about the speed limit. Now, because we're not actually outside and we're not on a road, it's not picking up the speed limit, which is why the 3 dots, but that would usually be telling us what the speed limit is and whether we are exceeding it. If we go down from here, my vehicle's a really nice little screen. I love this screen. So every bike's different. It always shows a picture of the bike that it's on, and some information. Depending on what the bike has, depends on what information it shows. But there's always information there, which is quite good.
Okay, oh, let's go back to that one. Like that.
Yeah, that one there.
Another one with the bike on it.
That one, yeah.
Okay, so I see that is this particular model.
Correct. It always will be.
And it'll always be the right colour and everything?
Yes.
And, wow.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, yeah.
So it knows what bike and colour and
I
everything?
believe they're using the same art that you're using for the mugs.
Is that right?
I believe
there you
so.
go.
Yeah.
Okay, good. That's
Okay.
a little bit of trivia.
Yeah. Okay.
Not interesting trivia, but trivia nonetheless.
Exactly. So what I really like about the S1000 XR TFT and a few other models is it has this sport mode.
Yep.
Now, they don't all have this. This can be found on the S1000 range, and it can also be found on the R1250R. I believe that's it. But really, really cool little screen here. It still shows all the same information really as what was on that first screen, but plus a few extra bits. So you can see things like your lean angle here, which I really like, and it saves your maximum lean angle right and left from the ride that you're on.
All right, let's hang on right there, your man. So that is the angle that you're pushing the bike over.
Correct, yeah.
Okay, so
turning, yeah.
this would be the angle of the dangle.
That's what some people would call it, yep.
Talking of
Dangle. Hello, Pete.
Hello, mate. How you doing?
Very good.
Good to see you.
I've already seen you today, are you?
I know, but I've been really busy.
Yes, you have.
I've had to work.
Oh no, working for a living, it's overrated, mate.
It's not what it's people cracked up to me as a fact. What are you doing anyway?
So welcome, TJ. Step in, TJ.
We're talking TFT.
Hello. We're talking all things TFT at the moment. Well, not all things, but generally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you got a picture of the dash?
There, look.
Yeah.
No, look.
That is bloody dangerous.
Oh, it's not, it's
Oh,
fun.
It is.
okay.
Because you get it over, you
Controversy.
get it over to 30 and then think, oh, I'll do 31, 32. Marquez can do 49 and not fall off.
Okay.
I daren't.
Well, that's.
I will fall off.
You know your own capabilities, though, don't you?
Yeah, but it makes you want to go further.
I agree a little bit with TJ in the fact that you do end up trying to beat your personal best.
And these little bars here, how high can I get it?
We haven't discussed the bars yet. The bars that
Oh,
TJ
right, the
is,
bars are good.
Yeah, the bars that TJ's
Not my favourite bar, but
either end of the screen we've got DTC and brake. DTC stands for dynamic traction control, and that's showing a percentage of how much the traction control is having to work. So the harder you're pushing and the more the rear wheel is spinning, the more that's going to light up.
trying to spin.
Trying to spin.
Wanting to
although
spin.
at the moment I can see that this is currently set up into Dynamic Pro, so it will actually spin. Not completely. Dynamic traction control will eventually kick in.
It will, but try it in the wet. That'll be good. That'll be good.
It kicks in rather late on dynamic pro. At least you have quite a bit of fun. The other side is brake, and that's showing how hard you're braking. So yes, they are quite fun to see.
Which again makes you want to brake harder.
Yes, it does.
So you want you to brake harder, crack the throttle open more, and lean over further.
But
That's
to
why
be
it's
fair,
sport.
that's it. That's exactly the point I was going to make.
Brilliant.
It's under sport, so should probably designed for a track, maybe, not for your commute home.
Maybe it's for a track fiend who'll enjoy it round there, but
If you're
it's just
gonna
a
use it on a track,
fun
don't you?
part of the bike, especially the. Do you
The
call it an
angle.
inclinometer?
Incline monitor.
Nometer.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
The angle of dangle, as you
Yeah,
said.
angle and angle.
Mean angle sensor.
It just is something
Yeah.
a bit more fun.
Oh, it's great fun, and I
Okay.
love it. I absolutely love that. It is
Okay.
good fun. And I like the fact that when you turn the ignition off, it doesn't save. Some people moan about that. They don't like that because they want to be able to show their friends, but you just need to take a picture. I like it because it means that TJ doesn't see it after I bring his demo bikes back.
Yeah, that you've only managed 28.
Otherwise, he'd be laughing at
No,
me.
28 is fine. Let's just make
Yes,
sure that that's okay. 28 is
absolutely
fine.
fine.
You don't have to go more than
No,
that.
you don't.
Please
No, you
stay
stick within
safe.
your own
It
limits
is
and what
important to
you're
stay safe, but
happy
it is
with.
important to stick to your limits.
Okay.
So that's the sports one anyway. Like you've just seen, it is loads of fun. It is worth using, but please do ride within your own capabilities.
Carefully.
Not carefully, within your own capabilities.
Yeah.
Navigation, this is where it links to your phone, so you can use the BMW Motorrad Connected app, and you can use basic navigation from there. Now I say basic navigation in the fact that unlike the Navigator, it doesn't show a full map. What it does is it will come up when there's a turning coming or a roundabout coming, it will come up on half the screen, so you can still see your speed and everything else, and it will just show half the screen of like a right hand arrow and say turn right in 500
Can you
yards.
demonstrate that?
I unfortunately can't.
Can
Not
you
without
show us a
going out.
video clip we made earlier?
No, because we weren't that prepared.
Just thought I'd mention that.
Well, you know,
I've
thank
let you
you.
down, mate.
What I will do is I do
Let you
have
down.
I do have a camera on my helmet, so next time I'm out, I'll make sure that I've got that rolling, and we'll grab some footage of that
Yeah,
for
we'll
you.
put that on
Excellent.
Facebook and then
Okay.
the Talking Heads group. Nice.
Right, media and telephone, they're currently off. Now the reason for that is I haven't turned my Bluetooth on my helmet,
Okay, let's
so
have a
they
look.
will be greyed
What's
out.
going on here?
So I've just turned my Bluetooth on my helmet. The reason they're greyed out is because it's registered that there's no helmet connected. It's pointless having media, it's pointless having telephone because you ain't going to hear anything. Now that I've turned that on, you see that they're both lit up. So media is music essentially.
Don't show them what you listen to.
Well, okay, it's come up with the last song I was listening to, I think, or the last playlist I was listening to. Yeah, it's not TJ's taste.
Da baby.
The baby. It does show album art. So the album art's really cool. A lot of people really do like that. You can skip through songs right and left using the jog wheel on the left hand grip. You can also go down and you can choose different playlists and all sorts from here, different albums.
Possibly decent music.
Possibly decent
Okay,
music.
let's
but,
pause there again then,
Yeah.
Dan. I know I'm coming at this from a slightly different angle to you guys who are already jumping on these bikes and using it.
Mhm.
Is that not a distraction?
Right, it's not something I would recommend. If you're going through curvy roads and you're doing 60 mile an hour, as it would likely be on a single
I know if
carriageway,
it's curvy.
and you were having a bit of fun, I would not be recommending you skipping through music and change your playlist.
But then if you were on a more testing route,
You probably wouldn't have
Probably
probably
music
wouldn't
on.
have your music
No.
on. And if someone phones you, you'd back off a bit.
Yeah,
Or if it does it tell you on there who's phoning
it
you?
does. Yes.
So if it comes up with wife,
you
can just ignore it
decline.
anyway, yeah, yeah.
absolutely, really easy to do.
yeah. Or Eric.
So, yes, the idea behind it.
And you know what? If I'm listed as Eric under your phone, I'll be very surprised.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
There is 4 letters.
But Eric does make a valid point. You don't want this to be distracting. Now, BMW have been very clever in the way that they've designed this. Everything is quite big, everything's very easy to see, everything's very easy to read. So you can make selections quickly without having to spend too much time staring at the dash.
One might argue as well that, in fact, this is a similar system to what you might get in a car.
Correct, yeah.
But this is right in front of you rather than to the side.
Yep.
So perhaps a little bit more in your eye line.
Exactly.
When you're watching
And you know, if you go in down the parkway or whatever, and you've got a bit of clear stretch, it is easy to do. It does grey out things. Don't start flicking through my music. There's all sorts on there.
Well, I'm just checking that you can just twist.
I'm
the
not
grip here.
going
You
to
can, yeah.
go to it because.
If
And
you've got
it
a-
will change the track as you're going along, like you would do on your steering wheel. in the
Interesting
car.
You're all
fact
right, Gordon.
for
You
you.
carry on, mate.
You can't change the volume using the jog dial if you don't have a BMW Bluetooth kit. So if you're using any other brand of Bluetooth kit, you can't change
Which
the
are
volume using the
available
jog dial,
from
which,
Sycamore Motorway.
which are available. We do sell sellers here. But if you're using a BMW Bluetooth kit, you can adjust the volume using the jog dial. So that's a nice little fact for you.
How would you adjust the volume if it wasn't a BMW?
You would have to do it manually using the headset that's attached to your helmet.
As most
and
people
which-
would if you haven't got a connected TFT dash
Exactly
anyway.
like
Yeah.
that. Telephone, you can make phone calls from here. It's nothing too fancy. You can't send text or anything silly like that.
That does start getting distracting.
That
though,
would
doesn't
start
it?
getting distracted, but you can make phone calls and again accept and decline phone calls. The settings, that bit does actually grey out when you're riding. So the only time settings are available is if you are in neutral and at a standstill. Other than that, that will be greyed out because that is distracting. There's a lot to choose from. It's a bit smaller print. It's not quite as clear, so they do grey that out. You can't fiddle about with your settings while you're riding along. Okay. That's probably it, really. We could go through the settings, but I don't want to bore you all. Connections is probably an important one. So at the moment, you'll see that my phone's connected, as is my helmet. I'm using a Senna 10C currently for this demonstration. You can also connect.
Is that the one that's on special at the moment?
It is not. No, it is part of the same brand.
But
It's-
you wish you
it's
hadn't said that, no?
Yeah, I do.
Although, in fairness, that one is one that I quite commonly sell at less than retail price. The retail price of those is £350, and I will quite happily do people a deal on one of those. That's not a problem.
Okay.
And do you know what's one of the best things about TFT?
What?
As our average customers are,
Like you.
like myself, experienced.
So I think they're nicer than that.
Hey.
Oh, see that there? Massive number there. It tells you how fast you go.
Yeah.
Much better than a needle. UK, because we have to have miles an hour and they put kilometres on, it gets very busy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'll tell you one thing you can do with these. If you're travelling abroad, very easy. You don't have to bring it to us. Do it yourself. You can change that from mile an hour to kilometres an hour. You can change from Celsius to Fahrenheit.
Right, so I'll cut back in there.
Oh.
And I'm saying that when you've got a display there that's probably 25-30mm tall, much easier to see the speed, so you can spend less time with your eyes off the road trying to check the
Mhm.
speed.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Good.
And yes, you can change
You
it.
can.
Very straightforward, very simple, and it does make it much easier when you are then allowed abroad on
Yep.
your bike.
A lot of it is customisable, which is a really good feature. So things like being able to change the units of measurement, but also things like if we toggle from what we see at the top here, we can toggle through miles per gallon, average speed, fuel left, all this sort of stuff. Now you can toggle through that, but you can also change in the settings what you're toggling through. So there's a list of, I don't know, probably 15, 20 different items, and you can select as
Some
many
of
or
which
as few
will
of those.
tell you the amount of time the bike has been on,
Yes.
which really is only of interest to somebody who's possibly very sad, lives on their own, and
There's
watches
going to
the
be people
test
watching
card.
this that might use that feature.
Do you remember teletext?
I do remember.
Yeah,
I remember
don't.
my dad telling me about
Yeah,
teletext.
yeah, it was my granddad. So yes, it does give you lots of information there. That's
I would say there is
more
a
than you need,
I
probably.
think there's a more pointless feature than that you can have there, and that is the time that the bike has had a break. So if you stop for a coffee, it is testing the time from when the bike was running to when the bike was running
Okay.
again.
You've been through that one, obviously.
Yes, we have.
That's lovely
I
to
love
see.
that, yeah.
That screen there, especially, little basic stuff: fuel, battery voltage, temperature. When you start getting to these, as you can see, it's had a 421 and 1 minute hour break, and the journey is 14 hours and 2 minutes.
Like you say, that other screen has got big numbers.
Do you know
For people
what?
like you. I know you can't see this at home, but
And the last
It's-
screen tells you when the next
Oh,
service
look at
is due, date or not.
Are you checking comments there?
I am.
Have you got any questions?
Yes. So first of all, Paul said that the angle of the dangler is a bit of fun at 21 is still good. I'm not sure what good is. I don't know what good is, so
Depends how much you've been drinking, really.
Well, and
Off
what
the
you-
bloody bike.
What you're measuring it against.
Yes.
Daniel Church says, enjoying this. Thank you for watching, Daniel, and your comment. So Rod says, if I connect to this, I can't answer calls. Any tips?
Ooh, interesting. Okay. I don't know without looking at your setup, but the first thing I would recommend is delete all pairings and start pairing again. It is an issue we sometimes see. I would say the most common reason for it is that your headset is paired to your phone. If you're using TFT, don't pair your headset to your phone. It works like a train, so you pair your phone, pair your phone to your TFT screen, pair your TFT screen to your helmet. That's it. If you then pair your helmet to your phone, you confuse the mix, and yes, you do end up with that problem where you can't answer calls.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You've chosen the Senna,
Yep.
the Senna 10. Is there others that we do that you can use for this?
Yeah, so any of the centres that we do, which we sell 8 different centres, they all connect to this. So do all the BMW units, which there's a few of. BMW recently brought out a fit-to-all unit, which, believe it or not, fits to any helmet.
Okay.
As all before, all the BMW units were BMW helmet specific. So you bought one for the System 7, you bought a different one for the GX.
How much is the one for all?
£140, which is actually cheaper than the Senna equivalent.
I'd say, and a Senna is actually more money, isn't
Yeah,
it?
so the Senna equivalent is £199, and they are pretty much the same unit, all by the fact that where it usually says Senna on the side, it's got a little BMW around them. So go figure, but you save yourself a bucket load of cash.
There you go, £50.
£60.
And 60. That tenner was for me.
Head of sales, everybody.
I haven't got my calculator with me.
Excellent. So we have a one for all, which is a good model. I hope that answered your question, Rob. Let us know if
You
that's the
didn't
way
say I
you've done
wasn't in picture.
it.
Did you
sorry.
actually prefer it when I'm stood here then?
No, not at all. I'm kind of walking backwards, helping you in, but I don't like to turn sideways. Oh, look at my shirt. I ironed this morning.
No, you didn't.
I bloody well did. I came in here looking good. Okay, so hopefully that answers your question, Rob. If you've got any more questions, I'm just ignoring them. I'm the outsider here. So if you've got any more questions, let us know, like I say, either now or later on when you're watching this. Okay, good. Any more on TFT or the headset?
I will
I think
say
we've
one
pretty much
thing on
covered it.
TFT. I
Yep,
don't know
you
if you've
still have pictures,
mentioned
but
it.
Yep.
Screen protector.
Oh yes, yeah.
It's if you take this bike out, it gets wet, or you wash it and you don't dry it properly. It really does give like dried raindrop covering, and it's the same as your mobile phone. You put a screen protector on. A, it protects it because you could put fine scratches on when you're washing the bike, and B, it does stop that
We
mottled
challenged
effect.
the guy the other week, didn't we?
Yeah, unlimited passion.
Yeah.
That's it, ultra clean.
So, for the TFT, and he's going to come back to us with a solution because at the time he was finding it difficult to get it absolutely pristine. He did a good job.
Yeah.
Not going to lie, it was a good job, but we were like, no, not quite. It's going to come
It's
back.
a common question that I get phone calls all the time. What can I use to clean my TFT screen? The answer,
Glasses cleaner.
yeah, the answer is the best thing on the market is probably glass cleaner or glasses cleaner. But realistically, what you want to be doing is before it gets to the state where you need to clean it, you want to be sticking a TFT protector on it. Now, if you've already got your TFT in that state, don't worry, because the TFT screen protector does come with a good cleaning wipe that does actually clean it up. I can't find anything else like it on the market. So you do get that with it, so you can get it all clean before you put the protector on. They're on offer also.
And again, the Ultimate Passion Wipes did a good job.
They did, yep.
But it
And
wasn't
good enough for us.
It actually wasn't. It wasn't. I was going to say to his standards as well. Wasn't
Yes.
He was like,
Yeah,
I
and
need to be better.
a screen protector is only
I believe.
What do you mean believe?
They're about £34.95, I think.
You do a deal on those at one time,
The
wouldn't
deal
you?
is the deal is still on.
the deal
Okay.
is still on. The deal is
All right.
40.
All right. I'll check on that. Does the fuel gauge show litres left or mileage to empty?
So the fuel gauge,
Thank
you've
you,
got
Colin.
2 different fuel gauges on here. So you've got this one, which is mileage till empty, which
Yeah.
you can see there, and the other one, which is a typical fuel gauge with
But
lines that are
as you
filled in.
can
No, I can't
convert
see
it
that.
to kilometres per hour, and can you therefore convert to the European litres per 100 kilometres, can you then have that
Jesus.
showing kilometres? I'm sorry.
I'm not sure
If
I
you
fully
wanna
understand
get-
the question.
If you want to get technical,
So I think you would be able, if you put it into kilometres, it would show kilometres left.
Show us
That's
how
correct.
to put it into kilometres then.
What I don't think it will do is, I don't think it will show you how many litres. I'm just double checking now. So this is what I was talking about earlier, where you can choose what you toggle through at the top. So fuel tank level is on. I'm just seeing if there is a litrage, but I don't think there is. I don't think the bike actually measures in volume for fuel.
Interesting.
No, so that is not on there. So
It's just the distance to
distance to empty
Distance
and
to pushing.
the typical fuel gauge as well.
Interesting. Okay, I didn't get to see where you
Well,
said earlier on.
okay, so
That first thing you said. You said
okay.
it showed miles to empty, and
Oh, that's on the main screen. So on the main screen, that shows at the top here, and we toggle through that by pressing menu up on the left-hand switch gear,
yeah.
and we can just toggle through.
Okay,
National
that's
miles
above that
to
line
empty
there.
So that's 82 miles to empty on here at the
Okay,
moment.
so that's just it, because it's a bit difficult to see on the screen there. So 80 miles.
Yep.
Until you need to fill up again.
and then the light comes on at about 40.
I think it's about 40.
About
45,
40
yeah.
left. The light comes on, which
It just depends on how
is,
you're
is
riding.
enough
Yeah.
for people to.
Because I believe the
pull it
light
and fill
does
up.
come on for the level rather than the miles. So the miles do differ when the light comes on. It depends on how you ride and
The
how
light
you're
is
going through fuel.
like in the good old days when you had a reserve tap,
Yes, exactly.
which
like
you
that.
won't remember. Will
It
you?
actually comes up. I've had reserve tabs on some of my bikes. It does come up with a big yellow box, takes up the whole screen, and says fuel reserve level reached, right to nearest fuel station. So you can't really miss it either. It does give you a nice clear warning.
It is
Yeah,
actually
well,
Dan proof.
It's damn proof, yeah. I just like to say I've never run out of fuel. Although I have hit the reserve on one of those fuel tap ones. I had to get off to turn it onto reserve to be able to continue my journey. I have done that.
Because I have ridden a bike in the past, and
Yeah.
my first bike had a
Was
reserve
it a
tank.
chopper?
It was not a BMW, let's say, but it was a nice bike.
Yeah.
And it had a reserve tank. So there you go.
But you sold me a bike with a reserve tap.
Yeah, but it was empty.
It was. You've never sold me a bike with fuel in it, God.
God no. You get as much fuel as my Part X's come with.
Does the Cardo Pack Talk connect to the TFT?
Yes, it does.
Absolutely no idea what I'm talking about.
Yes, that
Is
is
that
connected
some
to
kind
it.
of heart monitor?
No, it's not.
No.
It sounds like it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It does. What's a Cardo Pack Talk?
This is a different brand, so it is also a Bluetooth
Okay.
helmet.
Okay, but the new Senna has the mesh technology as well, doesn't it?
Correct, yeah.
Which
The
makes it a bit
50s
more
and the 30s.
reliable.
Well, you would still link through Bluetooth to CFT.
Okay, so the mesh is more for helmet to helmet.
Correct, yeah.
Okay, good. All right, lovely. That I think may be the TFT screen. Unless, thank you very much, by the way, Shane, for the question. Educated me there a little bit as well. Good.
Not difficult.
Okay, it's not. It's really not. When it comes to bikes, it's very easy to educate me. Okay, good. Thank you, Dan. That's the TFT. Good stuff. All right. So next on the list is my man TJ. All right.
Yeah.
So we've got two bits of news.
Yeah.
Which one?
Firstly,
Yep.
I'm completely over the man flu.
Secondly, you're not in frame again.
get in frame.
Firstly, over the man flu, which
Good.
you'll all be, well, most of you would, oh God.
Didn't even know.
Some of them downstairs.
I thought
might
you
be
were over
pleased
it last
about.
week, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I was just manning up and showing that I can work with.
Good.
Yes, two things
Yep.
happened yesterday, both of them.
Yep.
We had notification, it's gone, we did have the RR here, that
Yeah,
as of
sorry.
today, certain RRs, as in ones physically built before the end of July, will now carry a £500 deposit contribution. Basically, that's 500 quid in your pocket.
Yep. So again, like we were talking last week about the R9T with the Part X,
Yep.
you could get up to £1,000 more on your part exchange
And
bike
a
and
£500
£500.
deposit
So you
contribution.
could be up £1,500
Indeed.
as from yesterday.
Yep. Second bit of news,
Yes.
R18.
R18. I'm going to. Okay.
Oh, R18.
There it is.
There
There
are
is the
four of them.
R18.
We will be getting one, and the official
Oh,
launch
it's all jerky
will
look.
be
Yeah,
rather,
sorry.
rather like the person running it.
Yeah, the official one, yeah.
And the official launch date, and we will have one for the launch, is September the 19th, Saturday the 19th of September. Calendar. Oh.
Breaking news.
Breaking news.
Oh,
Look at that.
Brilliant. Yeah, yeah. We always get one a few days before because we're going to have to PDI it, and then obviously I'll have to take it for the first ride because privileges of being old, grey, balding.
Bags in second.
No.
I think I should.
No.
Definitely not.
No. That
we
will
want
be
the bike here for the launch.
that will be so that's Saturday the 19th.
Yep.
Which is 6 weeks away.
Yes. Okay. So there's two things going on here. The R18 will be here, and of course we want you to come and see it. So keep an eye out on our social medias for how we're going to be on our social medias.
The
How
social
we're going to-
distancing part is
how
going
we're
to
gonna
be
do that.
tricky. Hopefully, the weather's going to be decent and we can have the bike maybe outside.
Mhm.
But inside, we're going to be having a special R18 display area.
Okay.
We've now got 6 weeks to get it done.
Now this is bittersweet news as far as I'm concerned. I know
Yes.
it's not to you as a sales manager. Maybe it's a bit more sweet, but
Yeah,
so where is the new display going to be?
it is going to be where Muriel is.
Okay.
So the 75.
It took me a while, that one.
Oh, sorry. 75 years of history of Balderston as it was.
Yeah.
We had a mural
Muriel painted. Yeah.
painted on there. 7-8 years ago.
Yep.
Um,
Really
but
pissed by
that area there is earmarked for the R18. There's going to be special display area. Needs different backdrops, etc., etc. So that's going to be covered over by wallpaper. So it will still live on behind the piece of wallpaper.
Yeah, yeah. So
but
for,
the
for those that
flooring's
are
got
having difficulty picturing it, it's as you come up the stairs, you turn right. On that back wall, there are some
On the back wall.
older bikes that were.
older bike. Well, we're looking
From-
at bikes up to actually over 100 years old. So we are looking at the history of motorcycling. We're looking at some of those and thinking brakes on bicycles are much better than
Yes.
what you've got on some of those over there. They're really old, but it's the history of motorcycling. But that area is needed
We need the space.
for the R18.
Yeah.
It's,
Okay.
it's going to be an exciting development. We'll be changing that area there, and hopefully at the same time we'll be changing this area here
Yep.
to link to the R18.
Okay.
So it's going to be a bit warmer. A lot of the walls will change. Though I dare say there'll be a section for mugs. Mine's still at pre-order status, may I say. Couch convention.
We've had ours for weeks, TJ.
Yeah, well, I'm talking quality.
Well, there you go. Okay, so that's going to change, but the R18 on
Yeah.
Saturday, the
19th.
of
September.
September, so just over a month away. So that's it's about 5 weeks. That's quite exciting.
Yeah, it's one of the best things that I think everyone's been looking forward to that for over 12 months. I was lucky enough to go to one of the BMW conferences in Portugal just over 2 years ago, where they actually showed us the prototype, and it's changed a little bit, mainly
Yep.
the exhausts, but it's going to wow quite a few people. There are certain bits on that bike that are absolutely incredible.
I absolutely agree, and even as a novice, I think it looks.
You can
amazing.
appreciate what
Yeah, absolutely.
what it looks like.
Absolutely. I mean, like I said to you before, I can't drive a Formula One car, but I can appreciate its beauty.
You probably could. But if
but
you
I
could
could
get
have.
in, that is.
Yeah.
Oh!
Wow. Okay, so
So anyway, what they were all thinking.
yeah, it's true. It's true. Okay, good. So that's about it, really, isn't it?
That's
So the RR, the TFT, the
R18.
R18. That's everything.
They are right.
That's
Did you
everything we
mention
had.
about exhausts?
No, that's your baby. Talk
That's
to me
my
about
baby.
yours.
Unfortunately, Tuesdays are an incredibly busy day here, but yesterday I was wanting to do it and get Eric to come with me. We delivered the bike, our RR demo, to Pro Race. We wanted to put a bit of video footage showing them getting the bike and me delivering it, but it was that busy.
It wasn't to be.
Our driver Gordon took it over, and we'll pop over sometime this week and just see
Like I say,
how they
Tuesday is
start
a
with it.
crazy day here.
Yeah.
Which is why I chose Wednesday to be here, so as I didn't get roped up in it, to be honest with you. I don't want to be here when you're all stressy.
No, definitely
No.
not. You definitely don't want to be even more
There's
stressing.
boxes all over the place as well from Dan's bit. Okay, good. All right, so I don't know what else to tell you.
I'll tell you one thing.
Yes.
I rode this XR to Hans Stanton last week.
Yeah.
It's the first time I've ridden the new one, and I absolutely loved it. If you've got a current, well, I say a current XR, if you've got one of the older XRs, come and ride this one, because it's phenomenal.
And I would like to comment on that trip as well
Yep.
and say that we queued for 40 minutes for fish and chips, which I would say at best were mediocre.
But those 40
And I'm not
minutes,
going to say where we got them from, but Fishers usually
it's usually
give you
amazing.
decent fish and
Yeah,
chips.
Yeah, yeah.
It was very busy. I'll let them have it this time.
But you do get to spend those 40 minutes with me, so
Exactly
Oh.
where the problem was.
Oh, I see. Oh, I see. Okay. Last but by no means least, a couple of weeks ago we offered up a belt as a prize. If you shared either Talking Heads or our Facebook page, you would go into the draw for the belt, the BMW belt.
very nice.
And a
It was.
very
So
nice
it's not
belt
one
is
of the
too.
straps that hold the bikes down when you get there. Then.
Absolutely not. It's a gorgeous belt, and I think you remember I love the box more than I like the belt.
So they'll get the belt as a gift, but no box.
Probably no box. Yeah. All right. So congratulations to
TJ.
Colin Baker. Congratulations. You have won yourself a belt. If you would like to come in and collect it,
And Colin, you may want a smaller size than you would have needed at the start of the year.
well,
Yeah.
or a bigger one. I know I do.
No, because Chris was having balloons and you lose weight through the year then.
No,
Ready
not,
for
during
next
lockdown.
Christmas.
not during lockdown. No,
Some
And,
of us carried on working during lockdown.
I was still working. I was just freelancing from home. So.
Picking.
All right, good. So congratulations, Colin. Let us know how you would like to have the belt, whether it be in person, you can come and collect it from Dan. It is actually here in the store, or would you like us to post it out to you?
No, he's
can
got to
do
come in
that.
for it, I say.
He's got why? What a Grinch!
Because when he comes in,
He might buy
I
something.
can exactly
Exactly
free
that.
belt, but you've got to buy the bike. Did I tell you that? No.
Yeah, comes with a bike. So Sycamore Motorrad said, "Hey boys,
I
Take
can
a look.
only imagine that's probably Lisa.
Lisa." Yep.
Take
who
a walk on the
unfortunately isn't here at the
wild
moment.
side.
We can't
She
talk
isn't
any more
here
about
at the
that.
moment,
Yeah,
Alan,
and she keeps sending us photos to remind us.
Alan Ellsworth says, "Pot kettle black." What was that about?
Oh,
Oh, that was about not fitting in the Formula 1 car, surely.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. We'll take it as that. Yeah.
It says, the Gin Meister. That's all I'm going to say.
Gin Meister, Alan. Should chance to retaliate. Okay, that is everything. Belt, mugs, R18, the whole shebang is done.
All that in a bag of crisps.
Thank you
Yeah.
very much for joining us. Next week, what are we going to do next week? Do we know? We've got no idea, do we? We barely knew what we're doing this
Play
week.
by ear.
We'll play it by ear.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we will see you here next week. Have a great week. Until then, bye-bye for now. Bye-bye.
See you later. Have a good week.
Bye-bye.
Ciao.
Oh. There we go.